Hey you guys, it's Jessica. My username is Jessicakes, and today is January 26th, 2019. I am here today to do my week 23 post-op VSG update. And I missed a few weeks coming on and doing my weekly updates. I feel like I am at the point in my pregnancy and in my life and in my weight loss journey where I am just maintaining what I've got going on. The last time I weighed myself was on Friday and I was 190 pounds. So that is in my range of 189 to 191, 192 pounds. That seems to be where I am on any given day, probably for the past 3 months or so, which I'm perfectly happy about. My belly is growing and my baby is growing, so that's always good news. So I do, I've had a few people mention, and I kind of think so too, is that I am still losing inches, like around my legs, and my face looks thinner a little bit. So it just makes me think like the baby's growing, so I might have lost a few pounds of like my actual body weight. But yeah, I'm 27 weeks pregnant now, so I'm getting to the point of ending my second trimester, going into my third, and my appetite is definitely increasing. And then pretty soon here, the baby's going to be growing at a pretty rapid pace. I actually just had a growth scan, and she is 2.3 pounds right now. And then plus like all of the other stuff, the placenta and all the extra blood I have and all of that. So everything is going really smoothly. So yeah, that's kind of why I just haven't been on here, is because nothing really has changed much. I am still working out, but not as much as I was. But every day I feel like I'm doing something active and or doing a workout, and I feel great. I have a lot of energy, and but I am really busy, so I don't have the time right now to do my big workouts at the gym. But I'm trying to work it in, but we'll see how that goes. And I do think I could utilize the weekend, but I spend it with my husband and my baby and my toddler, so we'll see how that goes. And then as far as my 12-week challenge goes, my goal for those 12 weeks is to maintain and to take my vitamins every day, to be active every day, to drink my water, and to eat my protein. And I've been doing that. So I'm very happy with the way things are going. It would be really cool to do a 12-week challenge where I can actually progress, but that won't happen until after the baby is here. What else? Oh, I started my new job on Tuesday, and it is so awesome. I'm doing a lot of recipe development and mostly recipe development, and then kind of helping out with some blog posts and all of this fun admin stuff. So yeah, it's so cool. I went to her house the other day and we just hung out, and we worked together and got to talk and have coffee, and it was like almost like I wasn't even working, because it was like so relax and chill. So I am loving it so far. And so my other job, so I don't know if I've ever told you guys what I do, but I work at an outpatient rehab pool, and I work with special needs kids. I see them one-on-one, and I do some adaptive therapy type stuff with them. And it's usually for kids who are discharged from PT or OT but still need to be active and exercise and stretch and do all of that stuff. So I have done that for 5 years now. I've worked at the hospital for 7 years. And I also teach water aerobics, but the main portion of my job is to see these kids. So I got excited about my new job, even though it doesn't interfere at all with my hospital job. I'm doing 20 hours as an executive assistant and then 20 hours at the hospital. So it's 40 hours of work. They're not overlapping. Nothing's like coming in between either one. So, but I got excited and I told my supervisor, I guess she's my supervisor, but I also kind of thought she was my friend. And I don't know if she thought she was doing something wrong or if she was being hella shady or what, but she went and told my boss that I was going to leave and that after I come back from maternity leave, I don't want to work there anymore and that I'm going to go to full time with my other job and all this stuff. So none of that's really true. I mean, it's not true, but I don't have, I didn't get a job offer for a full-time position yet. There is the potential of that happening, but I don't have, like, it's not tangible in my hands, like, oh, you can work full-time for me. Like, right now, it's part-time. So then my boss was like, well, I'm just going to cut her kids program because they've been cutting a bunch of stuff anyway. So, but it, like, I think it really just kind of planted the seed in her head of like, oh, well, Jessica's leaving anyway, like, let's just cut it. And instead of trying to work on finding someone else or like me doing it a little bit here and there or whatever. So that like really, really didn't set well with me. I think that one, it wasn't her position to tell my boss that. And two, it's not even true. And three, it just, like, I would really love for something to be on my terms. Like, for me to leave on my terms or for me to stay on my terms or whatever it is. Like, it would be just so nice if it could be something that I decided and told my boss, like, hey, I'm leaving, or hey, I'm doing this, or hey, I want to cut back hours, or hey, I don't think we should continue. Like, but of course that's not the way life works, and it's always comes down to someone else telling you what it is you should be doing or what it is you can't do. So that was like kind of a bummer. I was like not into it. But when my boss told me, I went to go talk to her and I was like, oh, I wanted to talk to you about maternity leave. And then I said after 6 weeks I would come back and teach the classes and then and then progressively add the kids back in. And she's like, oh, well, I'm so glad you brought this up because I'm just going to cut the kids program. And inside I'm like freaking out, but I know it's something I can't control. And I was kind of thinking like, don't get upset about it because this was kind of part of your plan anyway and whatever. But so I like kind of stayed calm, which was surprising for me because I'm about to like blow my lid every single time someone looks at me wrong these days. But I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. And then she's like, oh, okay, like, And then she said, I'm so glad we're on the same page. And I'm like, since when is this the same page? My page is that I just told you I'm going to come back, teach the classes, and then add a few kids back in. Like, not, well, let's cut the program. Like, I never said that at all. So, I don't know. But then I was kind of talking to my other boss, and I told her, and she's like, you know what? I think this is a sign. And sometimes things happen in life where it like almost gives you a pass to try something new, or to like let yourself let go of this safety net and go for something new. And I really liked that. And I really thought that that was like a good way of looking at it. And it gave me like some hope that like she does want me full time. So I'm happy with that, and I am just trying to like stay positive and like live my life the best way that I can. So yeah, it does make going to work at the hospital a little bit like I'm just not into it anymore. Like, because I'm like, why am I even doing this if it's just going to end anyway? So I haven't decided yet, but I'm like, maybe I should just end. Because she was like, oh, when you get back from maternity leave, we're just going to end the whole program. And then I'm like, why don't I just end it now? Like, I'm so done with this whole system and all the politics revolving around it, and like people not caring at all. Like, I spent 5 years of my life caring about these kids and like making sure this program went well and like being there for them and like trying to make it work. And then it's like, it was all for nothing, really. Like, I help these kids, like their parents love me, like all of the kids that I see like stay in my program for years, but like I get no recognition for it at all. Like, my boss doesn't even really know what I do. She doesn't care that she's cutting the program, and it just is like, ugh, like makes me sick sometimes to even think about it. But anyway, whatever. It is what it is. So it's like this kind of melancholy, like, not really melancholy. It's like I have this like super high of like starting this new job and like really loving it, and then this like super bummer thing on the other side. So I'm just trying to stay more positive than focusing on the negative. But yeah. I really think that's all I have to update you guys on. I like I said, nothing's really been changing. So yeah, I'm still gonna try to come on next week though, and keep up my weekly updates, even if it's just talking about random stuff in my life. So I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all later.